We are live. Good morning, LinkedIn. Good morning, YouTube. This is Rachel Muleman with Smart Impressions. It's great to be here. Smart Impressions, we are unlocking business relationships one connection at a time. And I am delighted to have on the show today no other than Mohamed Rizk, who's the CEO of the agency, man. This is where you're from. And I'm so happy you're here today because we are going to talk about the sales maze and really navigating all these challenges and hassles for really sales success, which every business, no matter how big, how small you are, you have to deal with. And not only deal with, you got to overcome. And guess what? We're not taught how to do it from the moment we're in school, but we're thrown into it when we're in the work world with no other choice. Wouldn't you agree, Mohamed? Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Rachel, for inviting us. Thank you.
It's so good to have you. So, Mohamed, listen, you have the sales under your wing. You know exactly what you're doing. And I think I want to start the conversation with what's really the common misconceptions that you're finding when hiring sales professionals? Because sales is probably the most
you always say that.
job out there, right?
The problem is the biggest challenge, I think, with sales. You see, most of other professions, you have a school that you go, you study it in academic way that teaches you disciplines and the rules and the principles. But like what you started, when it comes to sales, there's no exactly a school that, you go there, you take programs and you graduated a good, proper salesperson. It's you have good lawyers, you have bad lawyers, you have good accountant, bad accountant, engineers, doctors. Sales, however, although I believe everybody needs to not just needs to have a salesman, but to be a good salesperson, because this is all about the energy. It's all about the connections. And the biggest misconception: everybody thinks that they're good in it. Everybody thinks that I mean, if I can talk and if I can walk, then I can sell. And no, it's
Is that true?
No, it takes a bit more than
you don't
that.
need to walk.
In some cases, just no. It's a whole a lot of more than that. The things which we learned in the basics, that you need to listen before you talk. But why do you need to listen? In order for you to analyze what the other person is saying, so you can use this information to your advantage in order to direct the conversation to for them to be convinced of what you are offering, trying to understand what problem they have, so you can offer them the solution, which is your product or the service that you are you want to sell from the start. The problem is, many, they are more like a brochure readers. They're walkie-talkie. They go and they just say, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not interested in any of that. And you didn't show me how that will solve the problem or the challenge that I'm having. I don't see any value behind what you're offering. Hence, there is no sale. This is the thing. UAE, Dubai, it is a small community at the end of the day. And after like a couple of years, people, they have the feeling that, so I know my place around. I know the city. I know a couple of people. That's it. So and I have a driving license and I have a car, so I can be a salesperson. It requires a little bit more than that. And again, not a lot of places that they're willing to invest into training, into coaching, into actually making people proper salespeople.
No doubt. So your business is over in Dubai. Are you working in any other regions? I know you said you're in Hong Kong now, so you're pretty global. But where are you seeing a big need for salespeople right now in the region?
Of course, no. You think about it, especially in our region, and not going to be blind to what's happening to Saudi Arabia next to us, but the whole region. You got Qatar World Cup, and then you got the Expo, and then you got now Saudi Arabia got the World Cup and the Expo coming up together. So when you talk, yes, the region, the whole region, a lot of capital is coming in, a lot of businesses coming in. We are fortunate and lucky to live in a region that is quite safe and safe for capitals. So money comes in, businesses open, and they want to they want to introduce what they have and what they brought. So they do need salespeople. Yes.
Absolutely. So we talked about what people think they can do sales with, which is speaking and walking or driving, but that's clearly not what they need, and you've tapped into, people need to listen and these listening skills. What do you think, what else are additional key skills that people need in order to be successful in sales?
Energy. The
Energy.
okay, one more thing. Maybe a lot of people will not like actually, but when it comes to say that you need to like the product that you have in order to be able to sell it. Allow me.
Confidence. You're right.
It helps. It might help, but as a professional, again, you need to understand the product which you have well, understand your customer requirements and needs well, and then when you just hook them up together, then you got yourself a sale. Whether you like the product personally, you're gonna take it home or not, that's a different story. What people need, yes, they do need the energy, they need to be persistent, they need not to chase the money. And I tell that to my team as well, because I understand. And listen, I come from being a salesperson on the ground, and I know how it is to be following the commissions, or when you hit a wall and there's desperation sometimes. But if you put in the effort, if you are persistent, if you keep knocking on the doors until somebody literally shut, and tell you, get lost, keep going, and then the results are gonna come in. The problem, a lot of people, they get tired fast, they give up fast, they're shy, they have the fear of rejection, they're not persistent, they are not organized to do the follow-up. A lot of sales, and I know this is written all over LinkedIn every time, but not everybody actually is reading it. A lot of sales, I'm not going to exaggerate to say maybe about 70% are lost because there is no follow-up. You see those people, how many exhibitions we have over here, of all types of industries, and people spend good money just to have a 9 square meter, just hoping to meet someone to drop a business card. After that, ask them how many actual leads or business did you actually get, and very few, they say we actually were able to close something. The reason is poor follow-up. And follow-up is not just by picking up those business cards and calling, but you have to pick up the conversation. You have to remember what did you talk and discuss with the person. I think those are a bucket of things. If you do better, you'll be because it's not a rocket science. You need to have the product knowledge, yes, but you can sell the sizzle, not the steak. Just sell the concept, sell the idea, sell the passion, and people will eat off your head.
Absolutely. I agree 900%. I think there's the authenticity part of that communication, not only finding what the customer needs, but just, I always compare it to like dating, you know what I mean? If you're going to go on a date with someone, are you going to forget everything you talked about the last conversation? Probably not.
Yeah, there are a lot of single people in the
each other. Everyone's got good impressions, right?
I know. You're right.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I didn't realize a follow-up. I'd love to know some statistics about that follow-up and the pain. I know there's a lot of people listening that are, number one, salespeople. I say everyone's a salesperson, whether they know it or not. You got to be a salesperson, right? To be successful in this world. Learning sales skills is remarkable, Is there anything else that you think, that is really, besides authenticity and really product knowledge, that you're seeing specifically in this region that people are not doing it? They're really hindering businesses. We're talking, if your salespeople are not selling, you are financially sacrificing your business, not only reputation, but also credibility and potentially future, right? What's like some of the other stuff that you've seen?
I'll tell you, that's the thing. And again, that was my mistake in my previous business before. We tend not to invest that much in the sales department. We hire who shows up usually and who has claimed that, okay, I have a background or I worked in the same industry before. I used to work in the car industry. I'm not going to mention the names or the brands, but I was working in a luxury brand. It's supposed to be great and everything. Now there is another brand, which is not luxury, but the salesperson there sells 40 cars per month. It's a fish market over there. If you take that person and you put him in the brand where we were used to work, barely could sell maybe 5 cars. The reason is because of the company, of the establishment. You get, when you start the business then, and when you start the recruiting process, not everyone will put on the resume, say that, okay, I've worked in 1, 2, 3. That means they're really good or they really sold. You really, again, it's one of those things that they keep saying, hire the personality, hire the character, hire the person that you would like to buy from. Just always try to think this way. This person I'm going to be talking to, if he presents what I have to me, will I be able to buy it? Will I be interested to listen to him? Or I'm going to be yawning, after like in 2 minutes. This is something that, again, people, they invest if they want to hire an accounts, an audit firm, they want to hire, a lawyer. You want to go to a doctor, you want to go to a proper doctor. You don't want to go to so-so doctor, Well, the same thing. It's if you're going to be having your sales team, because those people are the ones who are going to be bringing you the money. You got to have the right, proper people, because otherwise you're just, and always, it's one of the things that's very, very seldom that you meet someone and say, yes, I'm very much happy with my sales team. The thing is, if you're so much happy with your sales team, which is great, that means you still want more. Because when it comes to sales, there is not ever enough. You can always, more means more income, more revenue. Who doesn't want more?
Absolutely. Do you see a differ per industry? Is there kind of things and skills that you need, that really vary from your opinion, or is it all really the same kind of basics that they need to know?
Well, I would think, yes, of course, in industries makes a difference, but the principles and the basics are the same. To someone to ask the right questions, to create the desire, to understand what the person, the customer requires and needs, not to oversell, not to overkill, and not to confuse them with a lot of features. That's I think that's the key principles in any industry or any product.
Amazing. Well, we keep these LinkedIn lives short and sweet because I just want to tease people on Tuesday morning as you're sitting there with your cup of coffee. I invite anyone who's listening who wants to ask the expert in sales, Mohamed Rizk, exactly
I'm just a sales
what
guy,
else.
but thank you.
Right. Sale, but this is about human connection, which is all I talk about all day, every day, because this is really what's going to drive your biggest results. I think I'm on the same page as you. That's why I love referring people that don't have a sales team, that don't want the headache, that don't want the drama, that don't want a management, call Mohamed. So I do hope that anyone's listening that's struggling here, you got a resource that's going to help you. He has a whole team of expert salespeople that know how to connect with customers on another level so that you don't have to deal with that headache. And I love what you're doing because, so many people need your business and need your help and services. So before we leave, with our few minutes left, I would love to invite you to give me 3 tips that you think every business owner needs to consider when we talk about sales for their business. What do you got?
Well, to be honest, any business owner should first of all understand what exactly is he selling and why people would want to buy that from him, and would they buy that from him personally or from someone else, how to be presented. If you have this deep understanding of your products, of your market, your place, and then how the message should be conveyed, then you'll be okay. Because I always believe the best salesperson of any business or any product is the owner of the business themselves. They because they have the passion. You see, that's the difference between those all big companies, history, heritage, successful. It's the passion of the founder or of this old man, whatever, who started it. Then you are just, when they think only salary, you need to create this energy, you need to create this fire, this passion within the team that's with you. Then they will be your best ambassadors.
So leadership is really, really key in implementing successful sales team of any organization. I love that. I think, You've talked about authenticity, the follow-up. I mean, there's so many tips here, and sales is not just a one-off thing, because like I say, like there's a digital, what you look like digitally, what you look like when you're going out and meeting the people, how you present yourself. I mean, this list goes on and on and on. And then that's before you even get in a deal and an opportunity. So how you qualify it, how you actually, negotiate it, and how you close it, right? Because there's so many different parts
That's
to it.
true. That's true. Listen, you gotta always know. Yes, you can't win them all. You're gonna lose some. That's fine. But even I always say, even those who you don't close and you don't make a deal, at least today they know about you, and at least you can go home and just run it through you and see why you didn't succeed. And sometimes it doesn't happen. It's
This
just
is
do the
life.
job. Do the job.
This is life. We're on a journey. Here we are in the sales journey together. Mohamed, I can't thank you enough for joining me today. Our time is up for our Tuesday tips, all about smart impressions. And I love that you were here to join me. So thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. This show is brought to you by Dripify. It's that automation for LinkedIn. Really easy, simple, opens up your time so you don't have to sit there adding each contact by yourself. Get out there and sell, connect more, and start following up. That's a tip from Mohamed today. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.